Okay, exponent functions have variables on the exponent. Okay, so they look like this. F at x, right? You have a number, you take a number and you raise that number by the variable. That's an exponent function. So that's different from, for example, x squared. That has a base as a variable. This has a variable on the exponent. Okay. So example, y equals 2 to the power of x, 3 to the power of x. Do you guys know what this looks like?
Yes.
Let's map it. X equals 0 gives you 1. X equals 1 gives you 2, right? Negative 1, it gives you half. But no matter how big of a negative number you put in here, right, it's going to be greater than 0, right? So what happens is this, like that. So that line right there, which is y is equal to 0, this is an asymptote. Okay. Do you guys remember what's the definition of asymptote?
A line that the graph does not touch.
No, it's a line that the graph approaches. Yeah, not that does not touch.
Well,
don't confuse with does not touch. It approaches. Okay. Alright, so I think you guys already know transformations, so you should be able to draw this. How do you graph this? Okay, graph that, please. So if you write this in terms of f at x, where f at x is equal to 2 to the power of x, this becomes this, right? Y equals f at x minus 2 plus 3, right? Okay, so let's do the transformation. It moves 2 steps. This one will be right here. This one will be right here. Okay, and that right there will be right there. Okay, it looks like that. True? Okay. Next thing I want to ask you to do, can you guys sketch y is equal to the inverse function of x? Just sketch it, please.
wait, why was?
Oops, sorry. This one I forgot to move it 3 up. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's going to be up here. That's going to be here. Right? This is going to be here. So it looks like that instead. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot the plus 3. The black graph, the original one, let's try to draw the inverse of that. Okay, so inverse means everything, all the x and y switches, right? The most important one is this asymptote. If you reflect that on, so y equals 0, if you reflect on y equals x, what does that happen? What happens to it?
Oh, it becomes
it becomes this one. Does that make sense? Right? If you reflect on that, right, it's the one at the bottom, right? See this point? It's negative 1 and half. It's going to become half and negative 1. See this point 0 and 1 becomes 1 and 0. See that point 1 and 2? It becomes 2 and 1. So this is what it's going to look like. Yay? Yay. Guess what? This is the graph of log of x base 2. We'll continue to talk about what that means and how that relates to the algebra. We already covered some of them, right? We already covered some of the algebra. Okay.
Oh, you mean replacing